What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I am Craig, and we are going to be going over the charts. Sorry it's so late tonight. I talked about yesterday doing morning or evening videos. This will probably be the last evening video unless there's something big going on. Then I'll do a live stream at night. But I'm going to try to, and you guys are going to help hold me to this. I'm going to try to get my videos every morning at 10 a.m. and I think I'm going to do lives. If that doesn't work out, if people would rather have the recorded videos, then I'll do that. But I'm looking at 10 o'clock Eastern time, 10 o'clock a.m. every morning. I'm going to try to get here. That way I can go to the gym before and then come and do the video for you guys. So that's what I'm going to work on. That's what I'm going to try starting tomorrow. So make sure you have your notifications on. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Smash those likes and let's get into the video. So as you guys know, this is my big macro count that, you know, shows that we could have finished wave 5 of one big long bull run. Now everybody says that it's a 4-year cycle. That's possible, but markets mature. If you look at the Dow or NASDAQ or any of them, they started out in small year cycles, 2 years, then 5 years, then 10 years. Now they're on 100-year cycle. Markets mature. Bitcoin's been around for a while. This may have been one big bull market. I've talked about this a lot, that the whole time since Bitcoin has been created, the stock market has been in a bull run. The whole time, and it's still corrected 85 to 90% every time we ended a bull run. What happens if the stock market, which I believe is going to go into a bear market, could it be a fast one like March 20, where it just dove straight down, bounced straight back up? That's possible. I think this one's probably going to be drawn out a little bit longer, but we'll see how it happens. If it does capitulate fast, then we'll probably bounce back fast. But if it's just a long, slow bleed, it could be very bad for all markets, not just Bitcoin. But as you can see here, I've marked each top, right? So people are saying that this top is going to be this year now, when it was supposed to hit 100K last year. Well, why would that happen? It's always topped in December or November, every prior top, and then went into a bear market. And if you guys were watching my video, I made one, I don't know, a couple weeks back about this close. This does look like 3 black crows. We talked about that. Now in 3 black crows, so this could be invalidated if we close back above this bottom here. We have less than a week left. We'll see where this closes, and I'll keep you updated on that. But it is looking like that could definitely be playing out as 3 black crows, and that is extremely bearish. And this is the monthly chart. This is my Amazon to Bitcoin comparison. I've done it many a times. You can go back and watch my December 2nd video when I first did it. We measured these tops, were almost identical. And everybody always talks about this. It had 3 tops, they say, but in all reality, if you look at these tops here, we had 2 tops here. Came back down to the orange line, came back up and retagged here for the bearish divergence. We did the same thing right here. This was just overhyped because we did have it in Bitcoin also. It was right here, this first top, which was right here, over here. So we did have it. It just wasn't as hyped. This was obviously a lot cheaper back here, but it did all play out almost identical after that. We got our 5 waves down, our ABC correction up. We had these lines drawn in and they played out perfectly, just like they did over here. We are below the orange line. And unless we get back above that orange trend line and open and close above it, then I will say that this is invalid. Until then, there's no reason to invalidate this. We're still below all the EMAs here. Bitcoin is extremely weak. It's even right here. You can come back over here and see where this trend line here became resistance on the RSI. We did the same thing over here. The MACD is playing out the exact same way. Everything is playing out. We had here, everybody's talking about this bullish divergence right here. We had it over here too, not as big, but we did have bullish divergence. You can see it on the blue line here, lower lows in the RSI. I'm sorry, hidden bullish divergence. Lower lows in the RSI over here, same thing, higher highs. It is playing out scarily similar. This would, if it was to play out like that, this would bottom about mid to end of 2023, sometime in 2023. I'm looking towards the middle or end because that's how long this took here. Remember, guys, this is the weekly chart. Everybody thinks they're going to have one big, huge candle straight down. I highly doubt that's going to happen. If it did, then I would expect a massive bounce afterwards. But if you guys are familiar with the Amazon bubble or the .com bubble, Amazon took 10 years to break that all-time high after this. So could we see the same thing in Bitcoin? Will it take 10 years? It's possible. Could it go a lot less? Even if this plays out, it could go 5 years, 3 years. Who knows? We'll be keeping up on it. Let's get into, this is the weekly chart. This is the channel that everybody has been eyeing and saying that this should hold. I don't think it'll hold. I think the next time, the more you beat on this trend line, we've already hit it 3 times here. We hit it one more time on the weekly. I think it'll probably hang out at that level, and that's the low 30,000 range, mid 30,000 range. It might hang out there for a little while, but once that breaks, as you guys know, I've been looking for this 24,500. If you draw this trend line in on the RSI, and this is the weekly RSI, and guys, let me know what you think of the Amazon chart. Hit 1 if you think it's a good possibility it plays out. Hit 2 if you just think it's totally invalid. Just out of curiosity, what you guys think. So we talked about this rejection on the weekly, which we got a massive rejection there. It worked out perfectly. Moza thinks no way. Electrician Services says no way. Carlos says 3, whatever that might mean. Who knows? Crypto Fever thinks no. All right, so I'm going to go into this a little bit deeper. So if we do break this bottom trend line, our next line of support is going to be around the mid to lower 20,000 range, which I do think we'll hit. And we'll look at the daily, and I'll show you why, because I've had that target for a very long time. If you guys are interested in trading, though, check out Prime XBT, by far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you like all the other exchanges. They don't clump all your trades all together. They got a great setup. You can trade Forex, gold, silver, S&P, Dow Jones, everything all on one exchange. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. Like I said, great exchange. I do have a link down below. I also have a video over here on my YouTube page. You can go check it out. There's some other free tutorials here. But you can use my promo code on Prime, Savvy50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 trading bonus. And Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. Check it out. All right, so this is the daily. It's funny because we're making the same formation, just smaller in the 4 hour, and I'll show you that in a minute. But this is, and that's right down here. We're making another one just like this. But we had the big ABC correction, and we broke through the wedge, and the measured move of that wedge is around the 23 to 24,000 range. We've had this chart since, I think I made it from this touch back here was where we started looking for it to come back down. That was back in October. That's when I drew this in. And we had talked about if we broke through this, it was going to be bad news. Same thing in the 4 hour now. It does look like if you watch this RSI on the daily, that will probably come back down to these ranges. May get a bounce off of this. We'll see what happens. But that would probably be down to that 23, 24,000 range. Let's take a look at where we're at now. Now, this is the 4 hour. Looks a lot the same. Let me see. Yeah. So it looks a lot the same. Same thing. We had a rising broadening wedge. We broke here. We were all watching it, expecting it on the channel. Came back down to our first target so far, 36.8. Went a little bit below it. So I've thrown the fibs on here now from this top. I do think that there's a good possibility that this is a wave 1. This is a wave 2. We're working on 3, and 3 is not finished yet. And then we may get a 4 up after that to come back down. I do think that we're most likely headed towards this $35,000 range, 35,000, 35,200. If that breaks, the next point of support is going to be down here around this $30,700 range. We were watching this trend line On the RSI on the 4-hour, we did get above it, but we did make hidden bearish divergence where we made higher highs on the RSI, lower highs on the price action. And this 0.236 fib, that's from these Fibonacci's I put up here from this top to this bottom, of which I think is wave 3. Watching the fib, we got rejected at the 0.236. If you guys follow me on Twitter, if you don't, I suggest you do. I've had this chart up there for a couple days. We came up, hit our major resistance. If we were to get above this, the next point of support or resistance would be the 0.382, which is around 90 or 39.5, 39.6, right in that range. Next support or resistance after that's around 40,500. This looks like a fake out because of the hidden bearish divergence here. Let's watch and see where this 4-hour closes. If it closes below, then it was definitely a fake out. If we get a bounce here, it closes above, then we could get up to that 39.5, 39.6 range, and then I would be watching for a rejection there. But as of right now, I still think we're going to come down to this 35.2 range at least. The Lux Algo indicator. So this is on the daily. We had our strong sell right here at 44.5, right in that area. First take profit, and this marks it all up for you. And it has plenty of adjustments, guys, but it's been doing great so far. And what this looks like, we got back inside this cloud here, broke back down below, and you can see this strong support, this green line right here. We came down below it, bounced back above it, just like we did back here. We tested it twice. The first time, got a nice bounce off. It came through. Once it broke the second time, that was drastic drop for Bitcoin. We could be seeing the same thing here. We are almost sitting right back on it. That line is right around the $37,000 range. Another break below there, and we start opening and closing daily candles below there. You can see back here, it came all the way back down to this green cloud on the bottom. And if it was to do that now, that would be right around that lower $20,000 to mid $20,000 range. Lines up perfectly. You can see it. The oscillator here has turned red again, just like it did right back here. When this broke, you can see the oscillator was right around the same area, broke red, and this was a huge drop. So we could see a massive dump here, guys. Be extremely careful. I know a lot of people are still super bullish. That's your choice. I'm not here to tell you to buy, to sell, to long, or to short. I'm just here to show you what I see in the charts and why I think Bitcoin is still extremely bearish. There are a lot of signs pointing to bearishness here. So a lot of things are pointing bearish, even though a lot of people, still out there are pointing out, they're trying to find bullish stuff in the charts, but when there's a lot of bearish stuff just right in your faces. And like I said, there are areas that we're watching to invalidate, like the Amazon chart and things like that. So if you're interested in checking out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com, link is down below. Like I said, there is all the links down below are links I actually use. So I don't list a million exchanges just trying to make money off you guys like a lot of the other YouTubers. I put down stuff I actually use down below. So if you want to go through my affiliate links down there, they do help support the channel. And obviously this is my wife's webpage. I'm definitely going to recommend you go in to check that out. She makes all this stuff herself. It's quality stuff, not garbage. Definitely check it out. So Ethereum. So we did get our bounce at the 25.50 or 25.5 range. It went a little bit lower. If it breaks, like I said, the next stop is going to be around that 1850 range. We had this major hidden bearish divergence up here. We talked about that when it happened. We were looking for another rejection right here, which we got. I do believe this is most likely going to break and 1850 or so. And if we are in that long-term bear market, we could see it could even go much lower than this, $300-400 maybe, if we're in that long-term bear market. Litecoin, same thing. Our point of resistance now is around that 118. If it gets back above that, then we can start looking to possibly be bullish. But like I said, we had this major hidden bearish divergence here that we were watching. Pretty much the same thing we're getting in Bitcoin right now. If we look at the 4 hour there, where is it? Right here. just lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the RSI. We are dropping below that RSI trend line, so that does look like it was a fake out, guys, and we are going to continue down, so be careful. Let's see, XRP. Oh, Litecoin. So bear market. It possibly could go a lot lower than $25 range, because that looks pretty quick and easy. But we'll see. If we're in that long-term bear market, Litecoin could go much lower than that. XRP, you guys know we got rejected here again. I'm still looking for these ranges here around the 20-cent range, possibly a lot lower, possibly disappear, who knows. The dot-com bubble too, something that happened there were a lot of scams, a lot of scammy companies, and just like we see in crypto right now. So guys, take a second out. There's like 220 people in here and only 100 likes. Take a second out, smash that likes. That's how you help a channel. If you like the channel, help it grow. That's how you do it. It only takes 2 seconds to scroll down, smash the thumbs up. I know a lot of people forget to do it, so that's why I mention it. Also, if you're watching the video after the live, definitely leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. So this is the Dow Jones. We were watching this rising broadening wedge here. We bounced out of it over here, but we never opened and closed a daily below. We have opened and closed a daily below now. That is bearish as hell. Now, we can still get a bounce back up to test that 34,200 area. We are showing some bullish divergence. It doesn't have to play out. This could just get slammed down tomorrow too. So just be careful there. But we have opened and closed a daily below there. That is bearish. That's what we've been waiting for. I talked about it last week. Last Friday, I said if we closed below there on the daily, that was going to be bearish for Bitcoin, which it was. Gold. So gold, we did get rejected at our 1912. It went a hair higher than that, about 1914. But we were looking for a rejection here. Now, if this trend line holds as support, and that's going to be around the 18,000 or 1890 range. If that holds, we don't break back below here. My target for that is around 1970. But it does, if it breaks back below here, or below that 18. Let's say 1885 to be safe. Then I'm super bearish on gold. You guys know my targets on gold are right down here around the $1,600 to $1,500 range. Silver, same thing. Silver is bearish unless we break 2484. We break 2484 and get support there, then I get bullish on silver. Otherwise, I'm still bearish on silver. Also, the DXY, you guys know my thoughts on that. I am bullish. It's getting a bounce off the RSIs here. Or I'm sorry, off the EMAs, very bullish. And MicroStrategy is going right where it belongs, like it did over here after the dot-com bubble. See the similarities there, guys? Same players, same charts, same moves, different assets. Scams. All right, so that's what I'm seeing, guys. I'll get in the chat for a while and chit-chat with you guys, and then I'm going to shut her down. TG said I'm learning divergence. It's helpful. Yep. You can get your divergence cheat sheet mouse pad on my wife's webpage down below, anchorimage.com. That way it's right here all the time. But let's look at this RSI, guys. It does look like it was a fake out. It does look like we're going back below, but let me get this trend line out of the way. If we close back up here, we can still get a bounce. So just beware of that. We have an hour and a half before close. So if it closes down here, most likely we're going to continue down now to this 35,200 level. And again, if that doesn't hold, you know, it could just fly past that and come down to the $30,000 range. So be careful. But it does look like, as of right now, we are breaking below the EMAs and stuff again. It is looking bearish. Got two of them. Nice. Sailor Moon. Crypto Bunny, what's up? What's up, Jake? What's up, Fabricio? What's up, Manus? Crypto Fever. Crypto Fever said, can you look at weekly? I already looked at the weekly. It is... Where was it? Right here. Right there is the weekly. Bearish as shit, man. You do a view on Solana? Not right now. I'm not. It's late tonight, guys. I'm not going to get into a bunch of charts, but tomorrow And tomorrow's video, remind me, because I'll do a live, like I said, at 10 a.m. And then we'll go over the altcoins of your guys' choice when that goes. So thanks, Mo Crypto. You're welcome, Jacob. And guys, share the video if you would. Get it out there. Let's grow. It's time to grow the channel. Let's grow it up a little bit. And like I said, the best way for you to help, the easiest way for you to help is just scroll down under the video, hit that thumbs up, and that helps out more than you know. Video that makes YouTube push the video out in front of more people. Check add a weekly chart, ADA weekly chart, too clean, 50 WMA rejections, and it lost. Yeah, ADA's garbage, man. I'm telling you, I hate to say it for those of you that believe in some of these altcoins and stuff, but they're garbage, guys. Just like Link was the next big thing. All it is the ones that can get more hype. Eventually, them people that made them and the people that are pushing them on you guys because they are giving free those coins are going to dump them all. That's just what happens. You're welcome, TG. Conrand. That dude's a retard, man. Literally. Dude's an idiot. All he does is draws lines that says, oh, support line, resistance line, support line, resistance line. He has no clue where the market's going. He don't know how to trade. I don't even know why he makes videos. You might as well be George and just keep telling you to buy all the way down instead of wait for the bottom and buy. Follow clowns and get led to the circus. I say it all the time on my Twitter. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate that. It's been going on 8 years. 8 years, something like that. 8, maybe 9 years, something like that. Have the Feds sold all their positions? I highly doubt it, man. I highly doubt it. I'm sure they're in the works of selling their positions. I'm a Bitcoin whale and I'm gonna dump at 37 or dump to 37K. All right, man. Back in May 3rd, 2021, I called 20K BTC and now we're near right. I'm jab crazy. Dumping 20. I don't know what that says. Sorry. No, she doesn't trade. I try to get her to do some videos and stuff with me. I started that little TikTok. I really haven't done much with it yet, but I'm trying to get her to be on that with me and help me out with that. Thanks, Thrive. Crypto Crash Farmer said, do you like my RSI idea or not? I don't, sorry, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I get so many tweets and so many different things that it is tough to keep up with stuff, guys. I apologize. Sailor is borrowing on his BTC. Will his lenders force him to sell if price goes below 30? Just read up on Sailor and the .com bubble and MicroStrategy and the .com bubble. I got a chart right here and just look back at it. This was the .com bubble and MicroStrategy here. This is Bitcoin bubble and MicroStrategy here. Doomed. MicroStrategy is going back down to what, like $20 probably. What's your TikTok? It's just going to be goofy stuff. I posted a few videos on there now. I think it's at Crypto Savvy. If you go on my Twitter, a few days back, I posted some of them on there. Place the RSI in the same pane as a candle. That's my idea. Place the RSI in the same pane as the candles. Oh, no, I don't do that just because, I mean, using the RSI, what you watch for, when you get the hidden divergence, that's usually the RSI resetting to go further in the direction it's going when it's hidden divergence. About Sailor short selling now. Yeah, I have my theory of what he did. I know he did get accused of fraud by the SEC back then. And I think because back here, same thing. He paid, he paid to put commercials on the Super Bowl. And I'm pretty sure he shorted his own stock and made a shitload of money. But they only talked about the losses that he lost in the .com, but not his short selling personal stuff. I don't think the guy's stupid by any means. I think he's playing a game, and when something's hyped big, those are the easiest people to take money from because they're greedy. And he takes full advantage of that. I don't agree with the way he does it, if that is what he's doing, which I'm pretty sure it is. MicroStrategy, top 500 companies. That's funny, dude. Thoughts on interest rates and BTC relationship? Like I said, when the market goes down, Bitcoin cannot hold up. Bitcoin is still, people act like Bitcoin is successful and it's already being used, and Bitcoin's being used to trade and make money right now. That's what Bitcoin is being used for. Bitcoin's actual use case is not here. It's too volatile. It depends solely on the market. It is a risk on speculative asset. People don't like to talk about that, but that is that's the truth. It's still 100% speculative. I don't hate Bitcoin. People say I hate Bitcoin. I just talk facts about it. I'm not, like all this crypto, none of them have their projects. They're not actually doing anything. People are trading them, making money. That's what this is. Once you realize that, there's a whole lot less chance you'll get wrecked in this market. Thanks to you. I started with 2,000 and now it's 2,400, just learning to trade with it. Yeah, and everybody's trade, you know, people ask, do you teach people to trade? No, I am self-taught. I don't believe there is any cookie cutter program that's going to work for everybody. For one, people have different time on their hands. People have different risk tolerance. People have different, money available. As a lot goes with it to find your strategy. And I'd said, like, if you go on Prime, you can go into the contest section. There's free contests. You can join them free. You get free money to trade. Obviously it's fake, but if you win the contest, you can get tradable money. They actually give you tradable money if you win. Like, I think there's like 3 tiers or whatever, but it's actual tradable money. Then you can go in and trade it and keep your winnings. But that's a great way to learn to use the platform with zero risk, because you're not putting any of your money in. So you can get familiar with it and then get a strategy that works before you even put any money in. And then don't go in watching the Moon Boys or watching the channels that are telling you when to long and short. You're going to get wrecked because they don't care. They don't lose anything for telling you what to do. They don't care what you do. So just know that. But you can get on here, practice. And you can trade all this different stuff on here. That's the beauty of it. Long, short, you can learn to do it. And like I said, I got a video right here on my page that shows you how to do it. So you can check it out there. Shows you how to put longs in, shorts, and how to calculate what your leverage is going to be. A lot of people get confused with that on Prime. It's actually really simple. I got it on that video. Is using trend lines the best way to trade? Trend lines, formations, that's why I said everybody's different. I like the EMAs, RSI. I like using divergence, and it depends on how you're trading. If you're trading smaller time frames, your risk is a lot higher. The chances of you losing money is way more. I like to swing trade. I like to be in trades for days, not get in and get out on every little tiny move. That's not how I do it. The bigger time frame you play, the easier it is. These day traders, that's why they say 95% of traders lose their account in 6 or 90 days or 6 months or whatever. It's because they're trading small time frames. They have no idea how to trade, and just every little push when you're in a tiny small time frame looks huge, and they sell the tops and buy the bottoms because they're just, flim-flamming. Don't get me wrong, I'll do scalp trades here and there, but I don't sit and day trade all day. But yeah, I use Elliott Wave, but I don't strictly trade on Elliott Wave. It has to match up with other stuff. I like Wickoff. I like Elliott Wave. If you learn, Wickoff kind of tells you why the market's moving and what it's doing. Elliott Wave is okay, but it's you can have. I like Elliott Wave, don't get me wrong, but you could have 10 different Elliott Wave guys sit next to each other, give them a chart, and you get 9 different counts. So it's a lot of perspective. How much does Lux Algo cost? It depends. There's a few different ones you can do. If you go down below, I have a link for the Lux Algo. Just click it, it'll tell you. I think you get 20% off if you use my link. But like I said, if you're not actually trading, I wouldn't pay for anything. If you're not a trader, that's for, it's another tool to have in your toolbox if you are trading. But you never trade off of one indicator either. You have to have confirmations in a different way. That's why a lot of these people just think they're going to jump in and be awesome at trading. It takes time and practice, man. People don't talk about that. Savvy, do you ever to live with your trade? Live, you mean? Technically, that's illegal in America. Pharaoh, that's funny. I like to buy when the RSI is low and sell when it's high. That's not always the greatest plan there, man. I hate when people say that oversold and overbought because RSI is reset. RSI is reset. It's not an oversold, overbought indicator. You can go into, let's see, like right here. Just because it was high and low, a lot of times it just doesn't work like that, man. Like it was high here, it still continued up. That was just a RSI reset. So yeah, that just is not a good strategy. You're not kidding. Trading is a lot harder than I expected. Yeah, it's harder. Everybody would be doing it and making tons of money. But see, here's what happens. They say 90% of traders lose everything and they wipe their account out. The 10% probably wipe their account out too. I know I wiped an account out. I lost like 100 grand learning. But then the ones that stick around and keep learning and learn and get a strategy and start learning risk management and actually learning to trade instead of gambling, that's the 10% that stuck around. That's who that 10% that basically this 10% of people is taking money from 90% of people. And the 90% of people just give up before they learn. Can we go sideways for 6 months like the last cycle? Easy. Also, if you look at the Amazon chart in the long term, it went sideways for 10 years after the dot-com bubble. And the reason I think it's a lot like the dot-com bubble is because I think all these scammy projects need to get washed out. Yeah, TG, just use small amounts, man. If you put $5 in, that's the cool thing about Prime. You could trade with $5 or $10 or whatever. Just do little tiny trades and until you get a strategy that works. So you get a strategy that works and you're profitable over a long period of time and you can grow that $5 or $10, then maybe put a little more and you can grow that. But people get into trading, they put in 20 grand and think they're just gonna make $1 million. They might make a good trade one time and do it, but chances are they're gonna give it right back in some bad trades because they didn't learn how to trade, or they just watched a guy on YouTube and longed when he said long, or shorted when he said shorter, or on Twitter like the Martini dude. Every time he has said long has been the tops each time on here. All right, guys, I am going to call tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, I will be doing my video. I'm going to get to the gym early and do it and try to get into a routine. That's one thing about, you know, when I quit my job, almost 2 years ago now, that getting a routine is tough when you don't have nothing you have to do. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Trade safe if you are trading, and just be careful in the markets, guys. I do not think there's anything bullish about these markets right now, regardless of what anybody says. That's just my thoughts. Don't have to be yours. And that's about it. Don't forget to smash the likes and subscribe if you haven't. I'm out of here. Have a great